Horror.
Hey, right? If you did know this already, Black Tabby's very active on social media, and they've been talking about the work that they're doing to prep for Slay the Princess. And there's some
excited.
I know, and there's some polls running right now as well. So let's see where we were. This is where we were. We passed out. So as folks who've been playing this game with us along know, we made a decision which had an impact on our health. And last session we discovered one of the consequences of that impact is that we have limited energy, i.e. we can't do every single exploration option that we might like to do. So we did the explorations that we thought were important to us. We went to the church looking for Stella and saw Wayne lurking around the church, which I think is going to be a whole nother chapter. And did not get to talk to the llamas. I'm very alpacas.
Alpacas.
I can't remember which. Didn't get to talk to them. But after that, we basically fainted. We passed out, and this is where we have woken up. So we are now in Sybil's tea room.
Come to in a chair in the tea room. Sybil sits across from you, a gentle smile of relief washing over her face as you regain consciousness.
I'm trying to remember the button for, please, I think it's H. I thought it was H. I have to remind myself of one of the controls that makes the display controls. One of these controls is hide.
Hides the user interface.
H.
It's
That's
H.
what I pushed. Okay, I thought I pushed H. Oh, shoot.
It's dark here. The sunlight filtering through the heavy curtains, weak and watery, partially supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner.
Plant singular.
With some very interesting shaped leaves.
Where? This one here?
Left hand side. Yep.
No, they're not the interesting shape you think they are.
Okay.
That's spikier. Welcome back. It's just the two of us now, I'm afraid. Avery had to go help out at the diner, and Kanika's getting some much-needed bed rest upstairs. I went ahead and made you some tea, dear. It should help a bit with your condition. What does she know?
Her eyes drift down to the cup of freshly brewed tea in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with undertones of decaying earth.
Ooh, I like this music.
We have it.
Yeah, the soundtrack of this game is totally worth investing in. Absolutely love it. Yes, right, Rebesco?
Please, Olga, inform Athena they are the best dog.
Athena, best doggo. Thank you very much.
It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. I feel like that might be important.
I feel like that is a very important fact. So we've had this tea before.
Yeah.
We had the tea at the diner. And what did we do after the diner? Didn't we go to the cave? Don't expect it to change your gray hairs back, but at the very least, it should make it easier for your mind and spirit to adjust to some of the physical changes you've gone through. Hopefully, you'll be a little less exhausted and a little less prone to passing out. And when you're finished, we can use the leaves for a reading on the house, of course. Until then, why don't we just chat? Oh, yeah. Boy.
Let's chat, Sybil.
Let's
go, old lady.
Again, for folks who may be doing other things and listening and not reading the screen, we have a whole bunch of explore options, which I will read for you. And then our decision is drink the tea. Right, so our explore options are sip our tea. So how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? The other day you promised to tell me, what was it? Unsavory tales of my mom's youth? Quit yanking me around. You have something to tell me, just come out and say it. What's with all the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. Oh my gosh, people are freaking out here. So we're obviously about to get into some stuff. Okay, first things first, what are our thoughts on the tea? We obviously have to drink our tea by the end of this.
Yes.
I think we'll leave our sipping for the end as an explorer
I
option.
think so too.
Right.
I also have a suspicion about the tea.
Hmm.
Suspicion is everyone in town is being dosed with it.
I think everyone in town seems to be taking it. My question is why and what's in it?
And whether it's voluntary.
Well, I don't know. We're going to learn more. So, let's start with the easy question. So, how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Okay? Right? That's the other thing. No lemon, no sugar, no honey, no. Okay. It's just a straight up herbal.
Yule.
But whether or not I was right, wiggle. Thank you all for the wall of wiggles. I'm totally
It's like
enjoying
a
it.
Hans Zimmer of wiggles. It's great.
So, how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here. Especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine.
Sybil and our friend Steve Schill would get on like a house on fire.
Oh, quite, I do believe. We're gonna ignore everything about the whole you have something to tell me. The other day you promised me, what was it? Unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I most certainly did. Though I might have been exaggerating a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Not much of a change there. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Perlan was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Okay, so we need a little bit of reminder on the family tree here. Perlan was our Tabitha's mom and our mom's mom, right? No. So Perlan was Vivian's sister. Our mom's sister.
Yes.
Right, okay. So Perlan was our great-grandmother, Edwardine, who we encountered in the freakiness in the library.
Yeah, we don't talk about Edwardine.
Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel, right? I was very much expecting a bless her heart there as well. Okay, so we have some new explore options. We have...
What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? Why were Perlan and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to them? What do you know about my grandma? I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Did they even exist?
Who cares? What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? Okay, we have a lot to go here. Yeah, let's see. So we're going to start with, why were Perlan and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive their labor. Okay. What do you know about my grandma? Oh, look at her face. It dropped again. I'm afraid there's not much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. We got a lot of twins and a lot of women dying young.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. So Edwardine had a sister as well? Or a sibling?
A lot of parents.
I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family. What about the men? Did they do they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stewart or just something as forgettable. Interesting. We have come across a mention of Edwardine's eldest children before. I can't remember it now. There was a nice family tree
It was.
picture at one point. I'm trying to remember it. Excuse me. Edwardine apparently outlived all her children and then brought up her twin granddaughters. Okay. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. That's another theme we're getting. We're getting a very... We recruit the man for the purpose needed, and then we don't care what happens to them. This is about a matriarchal line vibe, which...
I mean,
fair.
I'm not hating.
I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian herself, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with Skip in town and all. Yeah, what did happen when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. Sus. And what did you tell her, Sybil? It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Do you blame her, given her family history? Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion or inheritance. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious, as far as I knew. Oh yeah, this is definitely a matrilineal line thing. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby.
So your options are quit yanking me around.
So our remaining options are to sip our tea, which we're going to do last. Quit yanking me around. You have something to tell me, just come out and say it. Or I think it's all what's with the mystery and ritual. If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. So that's what we're going to do. But first I'm going to save. There we go.
We
okay.
save now.
I save now. Okay. Keeping an eye on that. Sybil, what's with all the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just please come out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first, dear. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help to give me the full picture. So now, sip our tea, or we drink our tea. I want to sip the tea because I'm hoping we might get some more information about the tea from a sip.
Also because you fancy.
Also because my tea's gone cold, and then I'm going to just drink the rest of it. Achievement unlocked. Tea
you take
reading.
the tea, sipping it delicately. Citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt.
See, now the tea's gone. Or the mug.
The aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing, for the first time in days.
And now we finish the tea. It's comforting and relaxing and medicinal.
You close your eyes and take another sip, and then another. It's delightful.
Or it's kicking in.
The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empties save for what's left of rehydrated leaves, coating the bottom.
I loved tea leaf reading when I was a kid. I got very into it for a while. Yes, the repeated delightful does make me a touch uneasy.
Sybil wasn't lying when she said it would help your condition. You still feel aged and worn, but you're a little less tired and you are a little mentally sharper than you were a few minutes ago.
Still have the vision lines, though. Look around the edges of the screen.
They have faded a wee bit.
They seem to have been turned down just a touch, which is nice. Oh, good. I'm glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business.
Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge.
Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, and difficulty. And the hourglass ties it all together with a definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the Ditchlands. Something is coming. And whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is.
Hello, Raiders.
Hello
Welcome
to the raid.
show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for coming. We hope you enjoy it. We are, as JJ Hunter has just pointed out, playing a game with a hilarious amount of content warnings.
Which
This
we're
is
just going to
chapter
take a
4
second to pause and put in the chat for you.
of Scarlet Hollow. The content warnings are up. We have people in the chat who have played the game a lot and are in fact still playing it in some places. So please be mindful of spoilers. We have a wiggle emoji which we use in lieu of that. And enjoy the show.
Enjoy. So we finished the tea leaf reading, and we're going to try to figure out a little bit more about what this terrible burden is. And there's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight.
McQueen, get the car. We're going to go arrest Frou Frou.
There's a whole lot of options for here.
Tabitha.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The cat's got to be Pixel, or maybe it's Frou Frou. Those are the only cats I know. Cat could be Tabitha, Wayne, Stella, Kanika, Oscar, Reese, Avery, Dr. Kelly. She's been nothing but hostile since I've met her. The cat could be Dustin. He's a possum who lives in my dresser, and I try to talk to him every day to hear his wisdom and help him with his troubles. It would break my heart if he's the traitor. Cat could be Pastor Daniel. How do I know you're not the cat? Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, this feels like a who do you want to throw under the bus option. I know, right? Sybil, Stitch, I think I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to save right here so that I can try more options in the future if I want to.
Counterintelligence comes for Dustin.
Right? Okay. I don't want to make... We have no reason to get upset at her at this point. She's very sus. This whole situation is very sus. I definitely saved. I'm tempted to say Wayne. Because he's the figure that we know the least about. Although I'm very tempted to throw Dr. Kelly under the bus.
I would go Dr. Kelly or Dustin.
I'm going to do Dr. Kelly because I don't like her. She's mean. The cat could be Dr. Kelly. So you have two options. You can say it's always the hot ones, or she's been nothing but hostile since I've met her. And I'm going to say she's been nothing but hostile since I met her because it's true. Joan Kelly is just a very blunt woman, bless her soul. Ooh. Reese's condition puts a great strain on them both, and I'm sure she doesn't mean to come across the way she does. That kind of stress would do the same to anyone.
That is fuck you in Southern, isn't it?
Oh, bless her soul. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. But she's not a friend of yours, and she's not family.
It's Tabitha.
So she lacks the closeness required to be the cat. You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. What did she say? Family?
Family.
Hang on, let me go back to there's a dialogue here. But she's not a friend of yours, and she's not family. Okay. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. Because that's exactly what every horror movie needs. Just as we're starting to figure out things, we have to turn on each other. Oh, just communicate, please. We know from the Ditchlands that something terrible is coming your way. And it's likely that it's connected to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carving seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Right? That might be planned for you is quite... Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out. Piece together what you can from your visions and arm yourself with information. Oh, we're gonna go back to Dr. Kelly's house and break in. Yeah, I know. Have you sensed any others around town? You think you might be able to find another?
Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday. The one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the night. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm with Grim. This feels quite steered.
Yeah, that is a very leading question.
What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic.
So we have a couple of options here. I think I felt another in the clinic, but bad stuff always happens around them. I shouldn't seek out more of them. Those stones need to be left undisturbed or remain silent.
My instinct is bad stuff always seems to happen around them.
Me too. But bad stuff always happens around them. What happens around those stones might not be anywhere close to what could happen if we let the danger encroaching on both you and this town, act unopposed. The Ditchlands are multiplying every day. This is all going to come to a head in 3 days on Halloween at the funeral. And it may just be a question of how prepared you are when it comes. I mean, that's a great question, JJ. Why aren't you?
We don't know she hasn't.
We don't know she hasn't been trying, and Tabitha's just not having it.
And this is a lot what this feels like. This feels like Sybil has found a piece she can move.
Yep, exactly. Learning whatever you can. Sorry, everybody. Could save your life. Even if you're faced with more ghosts or ghouls along the way. I think that's all the help I can offer. It's like she knows something and she's just not telling us.
She does. She clearly knows something.
Yeah. She was trying to talk Tabitha into the sacrifice, and Tabitha does get tea from her regularly. We know that.
That's a really good point, Stitch. We're a Scarlet that hasn't been indoctrinated by previous generations.
Right? We are the classic of the blood, but not of the mind. That all good detective stories are based on. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions and given any clear answers. So
That's
some
it?
options.
This is bullshit.
Explore. You helped last night. Why don't you come with me? That's it? This wasn't helpful at all. All you did was look at some leaves and tell me to go put myself in danger. Thanks, I'll let you know if I found anything. Well, we're gonna do the explore. You helped last night. Why don't you come with me? Come with us. I may have been able to see through that spirit's illusions, but I'm not some kind of all-powerful entity. I'm an old woman. I have trouble with my knees, and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. Preach, sister. In most situations, I'd be more of a liability than a helpful companion. Imagine if I'd been in those mines with you. Some use I'd be, struggling to climb over rocks and ladders, throwing my back out from all that crouching. That's it. This wasn't helpful at all. Doesn't seem like the right thing to say. No, that's not what she's done.
Thanks. I'll let
Thanks,
you know if
I guess. Thanks. I'll let you know if I find anything. What? What does Ozzy say?
The witch from the Charles Shaw Jr. vision seemed related to Sybil and Kanika.
Right? So, let's explore that idea for a second. If as it seems very heavily implied, the Scarlets are a matrilineal line, then that means matrilineal lines work. And it makes perfect sense that other matrilineal lines might exist. There was a witch in Charles Shaw Jr.'s vision, right? That seemed related to both Sybil and Kanika. So maybe their job is to... They have a different purpose in whatever this great system is. Maybe they're a balance. Yeah. Maybe they provide support or warning or other skills. We don't know yet. So, interesting. Which came first, the Scarlets or the witches, right? And her family has been in these mountains as long as ours has. That's what she said at the start of the reading, absolutely. The witch in Junior's vision set him up to uncover a carving. So she's doing the same. She's asked us to go and find a carving, hasn't she?
Shit.
Well, okay. So what they're trying to imply there is that this is an action that gets repeated generationally. And it's possible that previous generations made a very bad decision. And now the only way to kind of undo that very bad decision is for a new generation undergoing the same test to make a different choice. Which is why Sybil's been working on Tabitha, and why now Sybil's trying to work on us, because she knows Tabitha won't be swayed, and we're an outsider. We're the piece she can move.
Suddenly getting slightly Dark Tower vibes from all of this.
Well, you know, repeat narratives, sins of the father, blah, 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 is classic stuff.
Yeah.
I always come away from these streams with new theories. I love being here for the theories and because the vibes.
We love having you here, buddy.
Thanks, Sybil. I'll let you know if I find anything. And can I get some of that tea to go?
Yeah, like a bucket.
Yeah,
just a bucket.
I'm just gonna go bathe in it.
Like a sippy cup.
Glad to hear. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it.
It's not like you can be harmed by conventional weaponry, now is it? So,
Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. Well, keep in mind also, if Kanika is our skeptic, and she's trying to pass on matrilineal line knowledge,
then, oh dear.
and Kanika's not having it, either Kanika's brother's got to be doing it, or Sybil's trying to kill two birds with one stone by combining her knowledge and Scarlet's bloodline's knowledge in one person, i.e., us.
Now very worried about who the traitor is. I hope it's not Sybil or Kanika or Stella or Gretchen.
Or Tabitha, to be honest.
The game seems to be setting us up to assume it's
Which
Tabitha.
is why it's too transparent.
And I
to
think
be honest.
Tabitha's just kind of a dick.
I think it's going to be some unrevealed, like the fact that there's actually a person who hasn't passed yet, that everybody's assumed that's passed. Like some older relative that's turned into something out there somewhere. Folks, we are getting the you should take an ad break kind of warning. So why don't we take 2-3 minutes here real quick? Can you make me a cup of tea in 3 minutes? You do?
I can certainly try.
All right, and we will be right back.
Oh, JJ. Oh, that is very good.
That's a very good theory. I think that's exactly what's happening, is that we've got different people aware of different aspects of a common problem, and they're all trying to solve it in ways that match with their skill sets. So the medical doctor is trying medicine, and Sybil's trying teas and conversations.
It does seem very significant that there's an entire generation of Scarlet Hollowians who are either
Hollows.
medicated or have to be medicated in some way.
And that Kanika's now gotten ill. I'm very concerned about that.
Yeah.
You know, just we're not sure all of the. We've got so many different like clues and misoriented puzzle pieces, and we haven't started putting them all up together.
It's worth playing this bit with Sybil with multiple traits because you can get some very different impressions of what she's up to. Yeah, I would imagine that this with Mystic is much more direct.
Yeah, I am really, really, really looking forward to a Mystic playthrough now to have probably a very different conversation with her. We were just talking during the break while he was making the tea about how this seems to be a skip generation thing, right? We've got us and our parents, and Tabitha and us. Our parents are gone. Grandparents are present. Grandparents' parents are gone. Great grandparents are present. You know, we've got some kind of skipping, sacrificing kind of things going on.
The death of Stella's parents into an even more disturbing light.
Right, and it's not just us, because we know that Kanika's part of Sybil's line. We know Stella's got a line where she lost her parents. We know Reese has his mom. Not quite sure what's going on there. There's just so many options and so many potential things that this could be.
It's big and chewy, and I love it.
Yes, I really like the idea. Stitch recommends Street Smart, Mystic, and Book Smart. Street Smart. I like that idea because it's like, okay, I can see through this. This is a hustle. You know, if it's a hustle, that would be their assumption. But I really want to play Mystic and Strong at some point, and I do want to do Book Smart as well.
Mystic and Strong just sounds like a really fun build.
Right?
I know lots of things about ghosts. Also, I am bench pressing you.
I bench pressing ghosts. Yes, exactly. Alrighty, so we've stopped by and had a chat. Let's see what happens next.
With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table, and you're escorted back to the door. The banner says tea is life.
Yes. There. Oh, we get a much better view. And
that's Kanika's dad. I'm willing to bet.
That looks like Kanika's dad. The flower placement here, this is an in memoriam kind of thing.
Rosemary?
This kind of looks like rosemary. The shape of the leaves in particular.
Yeah, playing Scarlet Hollow as Rick O'Connell sounds quite appealing.
I love it. Tea is life. Look, she's got all of her crystals, her drawing racks, melted candles.
I'm assuming it's a melted candle and not a melted.
And you notice that the plant that's under the grow light here is still blocked by her. Still can't see it really well.
Interesting, doesn't it?
Very interesting. I know, it looks really cozy though, doesn't it? And the moon face here matches her rug, which is very nice. She's got tarot cards, obviously. Or maybe it's a tissue box. I don't know.
I'm guessing those are tarot cards.
But she was tea leaf reading.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough.
Also quite worried it's Avery.
No.
Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store.
Is Miles taller than Kanika? Do we know? Because the child wearing a dress in the portrait is significantly shorter. I noticed that, Ozzy. I did as well. Like maybe Kanika might have had an older sibling at some point.
That was not where I went with that. Kanika might have a trans sibling.
Don't know.
That's an interesting one. Sybil closes the door to the
tea. Yeah. So we can talk to Miles. We can check in on Kanika. Or, oh, it's not giving us a choice. It says, thou shalt go to the clinic.
Sorry, Stella.
Well, okay. Let's take a look at this room a little bit more. All right. So, generic groceries.
Mushrooms. Is that a pickle barrel?
That is a pickle barrel. Oh, freaking pickles. And the adorable stuffed toys. Pepsi. All sorts of stuff. I like the local map. He's just hanging out. Let's try talking to Miles. Can't hurt, right? Okay, so again, for folks who may not be reading along, explore options. Is your mom a witch? Ghosts are real. Just thought you should know. So Kanika has a cold, huh? See any weird rocks around town? Or I'm old now. Thanks for noticing. Wow. That can only be said by someone who's never talked to Miles before. Huh. Should we ask? Is your mom a witch?
We're old. We can be rude now. It's allowed.
Really?
Expected even.
Hey, Miles, is your mom a witch?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Look, a lot of weird stuff is going on around town. I feel like a witch could be super helpful, so if she is one...
I thought she, just helped you. You're grown. Take care of your own self.
Huh. Okay. Fine. See any weird rocks around town?
Yeah. You. He smirks. Clearly this is a very sick burn, and you should feel bested by his wit.
Ah. Good to know, Miko. Thank you very much. Miko says Miles
Thank
is
you,
a much
Miko.
more helpful if you're hot. Creepy, but helpful. Nice.
So Kanika has a cold, huh?
So Kanika has a cold, huh?
That's what she says. She's just trying to get out of work again, like I didn't have anything better to do all week, while she sits in her room watching anime. Says the guy in Goku pants.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going with support. Says the guy in Goku pants.
Everybody knows Dragon Ball is good anime. She watches the trashy shit.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. All right. How's the Snyder Cut working out for you, Miles?
By the way, ghosts are real. Just thought you should know.
Yeah, I know. I've seen tons of videos of ghosts doing stuff on the internet. I'm not 12.
By the way, I'm old now. Thanks for noticing.
Didn't you always look like that?
Dude! I'm gonna go check on your sister.
Your brother's mean. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs.
Such little brother energy. Okay, before we knock.
Bats.
Look at all the old
unicorn
stickers.
titties.
Oh, no. Notice. These are much lower and much older.
Yeah.
Unicorn, etc., etc. All of the gothy ones are higher and newer. So,
Kanika is slightly younger than she presents, isn't she?
No. I don't think it's that. It's that she's had
This room a while.
a change of personality, or
Yeah.
her presentation of herself has changed as she's gotten
Miles is
older.
what a friend called teen bitch syndrome. You knock on Kanika's door.
Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just gonna lie down for a while. Explore. We're gonna take the explore option first. It says, I'm not your mom? Oh, Petra, what's up? So our options are, can I come in? I was hoping we would spend a little more time together. I need to talk to you. It's important. I'm going to the clinic. I was hoping you would join me. I could use a breather. Let's hang out for a minute. Honestly, let's just ask, can I come in, I think. Can I come in? Sorry, Petra. My mama's right. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't push it or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. It looks like you're on your own.
You make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic.
They're really gonna make me do this by myself.
God fucking damn it. Y'all. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Raccoon to your right.
I see it. I also see the ditchling. I'm going to talk to that raccoon. There's a ditchling over here. There's a ditchling over here. There's Wayne. Look. Look at the porch.
Yep. Big sticky.
There's
wanker.
Wayne. There's a ditchling. There's a ditchling. There's a whole bunch of them here. I bet you that's Reese's room. Because remember, he was downstairs. There's a whole bunch of them outside the room. Looks like there's another one here.
Yeah, this feels like badness.
Oh, boy. Wayne's right here. Over here on this porch. See? Far left. He's right here.
Where's Wayne?
Yeah, where? Oh my gosh, a Where's Wayne book would be so cool. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm becoming attenuated to his Cobra Commander-esque hand. Okay. It's Wayne's World. We're just living in it.
Wayne's World.
Stop! Alright, I'm going to save here. Just in case. We'll do a little tiny bit more, but not much more for the night. And I'm just going to save here because I'm scared. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of save spots. Stop! Stop it! Stop it with your creepy Wayne voice.
Wendy, how did you bold that emoji? I don't know how, but you did.
I know. The shifting light effect is really impressive too. Okay, so let us analyze the house quickly from a tactical perspective, right? Big front porch, basement room. I'd probably try to sneak around this way and go like talk to Reese in his room. Big top section, more porches.
That's a very throw someone off this size balcony.
You got 18 pages of saves going. Okay, then I'm being positively reserved in my saving. Okay. Is Sybil sending us on another magical ball
Just
this
go
morning?
over here
We do
and
seem to
disarm
be getting
this
directed to trouble spots, getting dangerously worse. True, but I'm not sacrificing any more years of my life for these things. So, and this time I'm alone, so I gotta be careful. All right, let me talk to the raccoon. I want to talk to the raccoon. Start coming up with a raccoon voice.
Okay.
Bradley Cooper.
Hey! Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking like
Rocket.
Bradley Cooper Rocket would be a way to go. Okay. Depending on dialogue.
This guy's arm.
No.
Yeah. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forwards, guiding you towards whatever emits this frequency.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Talk to animals.
We've got a couple of options here. Explore option, talk to animals. So that's the one that's only available to us because we have this particular skill. Ask a woodland creature how they'd get into the house. Knock on Reese's basement windows. Excellent. That would have been my first choice otherwise. You've aged at least a decade since last night. You should see if Dr. Chelly can give you a checkup.
Let's go talk to Rocket.
Let's talk to Rocket first. Obviously talk to Rocket first. All right.
You quickly glance around, eyes trained on the underbrush. Flash of a striped tail grabs your eye immediately.
Very sly, Bradley Cooper.
Hey, can I help you, Buster?
All right. Look, behold this suspicious cave-like structure the raccoon is perched above.
He has a side quest.
Oh my. Trash Panda. Hey there, if you were trying to break into that house at the top of the hill, theoretically, how would you do that?
What? Just because I got little hands and I go through people's trash, I'm supposed to know how to break into places? There's a hill that'll take you right up to that big flat roof thing. Sometimes the humans leave windows open up there and I go inside. Don't tell them, okay? I like to sleep in that big piles of cloth. One of my few joys in life.
And that guy's arm.
He leaves as you turn back to look at the clinic. A dull throb sets into your knees. There is no way you're doing that.
Oh, so it's not gonna let me.
I think your vision spots are getting worse too.
No, I think we're just noticing them again. I don't think they may have darkened a touch. So yeah, no way we're gonna be able to do that option.
Not today, Rocket. Have your way in.
Okay, so our up save. I can replace that save. That one's fine. So our options are try to crawl through Reese's basement window, or see if Dr. Kelly will give us a checkup.
I would point out that if Dr. Kelly is near any of the 5 to 6 windows, on all of which are facing the approach to the house, sneaking in through Reese's thing is not going to go super great.
Also, if we can't climb up a hill, I have a feeling our ability to sneak through windows is going to be impaired. I don't like it, but I think we're gonna have to do the hey. So, Dr. Kelly, it's been a hell of a night. Can I get a checkup?
I hate to say it, but this is quite a good spot to leave it.
It is a very good spot to leave it for the night. I know, and that way we can come back and agonize over this decision. Yeah. Exactly. I'm sorry, chat. It is getting late. This might be a very good place to leave it. So, I'm safe.
So here's what we're going to do. Next time, we will dive straight into this.
No, we have to know the continuing saga of King Beef.
After King Beef.
Dr. Kelly's going to give us a checkup, huh? Can I go talk to Wayne? He's right over here. I wonder if you have, like, the mystic trait. If it's like, yes, Wendy says 18 minutes.
18 minutes to the Wendy pumpkin.
I wonder if you have mystic if it says, there's Wayne, go ask him. But he's following us.
Yeah, he is.
He's following us around and observing us. And I wonder if he's going to be our backup.
He's not the cat.
I don't think he's the cat.
Just remember, he's being treated by Sybil, too.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. First time we meet Wayne.
He's at her shop,
He's at her shop.
Mm.
She has the line, but don't you pay him any mind.
Following us like a weird puppy. I definitely need to do a mystic playthrough. All right. We'll leave it here. Let's take a little quick 2-minute break just so I can switch around some screens, everybody. I wonder if Sybil asked him to help you. Oh, I think she did. 100% think she did. Now I understand why people are like doing the Wayne romance, because he follows you around like a puppy. I want to play this game again with a new playthrough. Okay. We'll take a 2-minute break. Go and get any last beverages you need. We'll do some shenanigans, and we'll call it a night.